Hi, Eric Chen here. Today I want to talk about second part of the planning process involving real estate and business interests. And this really applies regardless whether you're receiving the property or you're giving away property. So if you have real estate properties and you want to pass it on to your children, and if you don't do any planning, what happens is they have to go through probate process and have the property retitled to them through probate court. But if you do plan ahead, you could title your property under their name or hold joint ownership with them. That way, you could probably avoid court process. But one thing to consider is a lot of times people do transfer the ownership while before they pass away. So there might be capital gains tax consequences because you're technically transferring your asset to another person, and the value of the property is based on the date of the transfer. So for instance, if you transfer a house worth $500,000 to your children, and then by the time you pass away, the value increase up to $1 million, your children may be subject to $500,000 of capital gains tax. So the tax will be applied to the $500,000 increase. Something to consider. And another way to do it is through life estate deed. What happens is you transfer legal title to your children while you're still alive, and you get to live in the house until you pass away. But what happens is you don't have ownership control of the house anymore. You can't sell the house, and you can't change your mind on who to get the properties, who you want to have the properties. And for business owners, you might have business interest, and a lot of times, those business operations will be disrupted when the owner passes away. And you want to make sure the business interest agreement dictates how to transfer ownership and interest to another person smoothly. In my next video, I'll talk about how to address the issues of transferring assets without worrying about losing control of your real estate properties and things like that. So you can make educated and informed decisions on what you are comfortable with.